Baltimore beats the LA Rams in overtime 37-31. I think I may have to start giving the Rams more respect because this is a couple weeks in a row where I thought they were way inferior to the other team, and they put up a better fight than I thought. They beat Cleveland, they almost beat Baltimore, and I don't think they're that good, but 6-7, I feel better about them at 6-7 than I do about any of the NFC South teams at 6-7, but got two more great. Like it was a great week for quarterbacks, even though I didn't feel like it was a. I guess it was a high scoring week if you look around at some of these scores. But Stafford goes 294 with 3 touchdowns. Lamar goes 316, 3 touchdowns. A couple of long ones here. Then it looks like he also had 11 carries for 70 yards because I love the way Sleeper writes this. So both quarterbacks were studs. I'd be willing to bet they're both top. Lamar might be the QB1 on the week.
I think he might be. Something up there.
Lamar is the QB1 on the week. Stafford's the QB3 on the week. So
Jake Browning. Sorry.
So running backs, we have Kyron Williams, who got a lot of work. Didn't get into the end zone, but his yardage, 25 carries for 114 yards, made it worthwhile. He chipped in 3 receptions, but for negative yardage. No other Ram running back was usable. The only Raven running back that was decent was Keaton Mitchell, 9 for 54, 1 for 8 through the air. No touchdown, so he falls victim to a not great day. The receivers here continue to kind of play roulette. We actually had, it looks like 5 who were usable, and I guess Aguilar wasn't terrible either. This league, it depends. This would be very dependent here. If your league counted return yards or return touchdowns, Tylan Wallace is probably much higher in this ranking. Apparently, this league does not count his, 75-yard punt return touchdown to win it in OT, but so he was much more usable depending on your settings, but so that's the only reason I mentioned him. This league, he didn't record a catch, and he was completely useless. Oh, no, it must have, because he didn't record a catch, but it gave you the 6 points for the touchdown, but not the return yardage. So
return it probably gives you like the defensive special teams touchdown type thing, but no yards.
Yeah. So we have Cooper Kupp goes 8 for 115 and a touchdown. Puka Nacua goes 5 for 84. What's this? DeMarcus Robinson? I can never remember. Yes, DeMarcus Robinson goes 8 for 46 and a touchdown. Touchdown saves his day. OBJ 4 for 97 and 1. It continues to scare me because he's not getting, like, he got a lot of targets. He's just not getting a lot of catches. And it seems like the only reason he's been fantasy relevant of late, he seems to have this habit of just nobody covers him. And he breaks loose for one long touchdown and does nothing. Because as you see, he had one, I believe it was 65 yards on the touchdown, and then nothing after that. We got Zay Flowers goes 6 for 60 and a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. Nelson Aguilar goes 5 for 32. The tight ends, Davis Allen comes out of nowhere to go 4 for 50 and a touchdown. Isaiah Likely 5 for 83 and a touchdown in the game where I said if he doesn't do anything, drop him. So I guess you can continue to ride him because this was a matchup. Both kickers were good for you. Havrasek, who I thought was cut, was he not released and it was Crosby? Is this an error on Sleeper?
I don't know. I didn't see who was kicking for them, so I'm going to take their word for it, but we've known.
No, it turns in his best performance. So they must have signed Mason Crosby and played Havrasek anyways, but go figure. So they're carrying 2 kickers on the active roster. Havrasek goes 3 for 3 on field goals. He makes a 20-yarder, a 30-yarder, and a 50-yarder. 2 for 2 on extra points. Tucker's 3 for 3 on field goals. He makes 2 30-something yarders, a 40-yarder, and 2 extra points. The Rams' defense was not great, and the Ravens was, decent. They were passable, 2 sacks and a touchdown. What's your takeaway from this one?
Zay Flowers is very much the focal point of that offense. I was looking at the routes run and the snaps. He did not come off the field on any of the passing downs. Literally, he ran every route for the team. Where Odell, he ran
4 weeks in a
row. Odell ran, I think, 32 routes. Zay Flowers ran 54 routes.
I'm assuming this here is when Andrews goes down for the season. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like it's probably a good chance.
Yeah, it's just like 98, 94, 97. Yes, they very much like him, but he is the guy on that offense. And on the flip side, you see the wide receivers, Puka and Kupp doing their thing. Like, they were hyper-targeted in there. The Robinson thing's weird. Like, I would not expect that to stick at all. But, 10 targets for him, that at least catches your attention,
weird spike here in usage.
Because you would think it would be Tutu, right? Like Tutu's been the guy, like he's been that third option, but nope, they just started Marcus Robinson. I don't know, they must have saw something with the game
And the
shape where they
weird
wanted to
spike
use
here.
Robinson.
I don't get it how Cooper and Nakua were both useful, but we have two in Robinson and Allen with absolutely weird spikes in snap share.
Yeah, it is strange.
Did
I
they
mean,
just
like
did
Aguilar,
he
look at
throw
him
a
too.
ton? 41 attempts. That's probably why.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't
yeah,
watch
that's a lot.
this one. They were ahead, weren't they? They weren't trailing.
Yeah, and it was close most of the game, and then the Rams kind of like did what they could to get it to overtime at the end. But Baltimore did have the lead, and then
Wow.
in overtime, it was a little
Yeah.
back and forth, and then
That's
they
the
had to punt to the
highest
house.
pass attempts for him in a long time.
Yeah, I can't
37.
remember.
They've been ramping up lately, but like he's to like look at the pass attempts here. He's in the 20s and 30s and 41 here. So that's probably why there's a
Nice to
lot
see.
more. Yeah, there's a lot more people to throw to now. They're spreading the
Well,
ball
same
around.
thing with Lamar. 43 pass attempts for him. Like if you get those pass attempts, that's what we love to see. Unfortunately for Mitchell, he did not take a
Wow.
bigger role like we wanted for the running backs, so that's a little unfortunate. But yeah, like you can't.
Ah,
I don't know why people
I
were
called
expecting
it. I
Kevin
said a
Williams.
third when we said, "What do you think his snap share will be?" I said a third. It was
Yep.
literally 1/3 of the snaps. What was
Yeah, it
just
kind of was
Hill
what it
was
was
42.
previously.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. No. It was what it was previously, more like regress to that. So that's just unfortunate. But yeah, like on the flip side, like Kyron Williams is just the bell cow of all bell cows. Once again, snaps, all the volume, just doing his thing. It didn't have the best game, but still 90% of the snaps, all the opportunities in the world. Like this is ideal for midi running back. So if you, I mean, the trade deadline's about to kick in a lot of leagues because this league's about to finalize. So you have a couple weeks. But if you need someone to go for the playoffs, like I don't mind, going to get Kyron Williams and make the late push for your team. If you need someone, that isn't going to cost you a ton of money because people still don't value him.
All right, we got to pick it up a bit because
Yep.
we have 12
We have
games
two.
to
There's
get
some
through.
questions in here too.
Oh, did we? Sorry.
Yep.
I'm on the other screen here. We will go with I need 16.3 PPR points, and I have the choice of A Chain or Saquon. A Chain.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, like it's just I think both these guys are actually gonna hit above 16. Honestly, like I don't mind it, and
I prefer
yeah.
A Chain. Now you?
Yeah, I hate the Tennessee matchup. That's one thing that worries me. So I feel safer about Saquon, like getting that bar, but I think Achane has a higher ceiling. Like he could get 30. I don't see Saquon's in that range without him. So yeah.
I think Tua and Henry combined for 30 points tonight in full PPR.
Yeah, they're going against Tennessee. Yes. Like I think Tua gets you there. I do worry about Henry. Like
now,
Henry's floor is really low.
I think Henry gets you at least. I'm thinking Henry 15 to 20, and I think Tua gets you 25.
Yeah.
I think you have a better chance. If I had to guess over under, I think you're closer to 50 between these two than 30. I would say Tua gets you 25 to 30. Henry gets you 15 to 20. So what's the math like on that? 40 to 45. I think you're closer. You're more like 40. So if that's what you need, 30 points to clinch the playoffs,
I think you'll get there.
You're good. You should be good. So
yeah, you can just look at their projections. They're going to project for way over 30 combined. So yeah, like I think you'd be set. You're good.
Tua might get you there on his own, but